So apparently there is another portion of the Will Smith saga thing with him slapping Chris Rock that came out that people didn't see. And it's from a back view of Will and Jada. And it shows Jada's reaction to the whole thing. Now, we don't see her face, but we do see her body movement. Let's take a look at that clip now. I have my own thoughts about it. I'm not going to say that she was happy with the situation because people are wondering why, what was her what was her whole point? Like, what was her reaction to the whole situation after Will Smith went up there and hit Chris Rock? So here it is.
Not seen. Look at Jada's reaction.
Wait, let's see that again. Just for context, this is Jada right here, the one with the bald head. So let's play that back again.
Have not seen. Look at Jada's reaction.
Wow, dude. Yeah. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to, okay? So I can go. That was the greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
All right, so that's the clip. It's by Blunt Talk. So what I saw there was Jada laughed right after Chris said, Will Smith smacked the shit out of me. She laughed, and then I think she probably thought it was a joke as well. She obviously found it funny. It was a joke she clearly found funny, but I think she probably, like most other people, thought it was just part of the skit or whatever they were doing. And she probably thought that the both of them had something going on where Chris was supposed to insult her and Will was supposed to go up, and she was like, wow, the whole thing was a skit. And notice how when he starts talking, when he starts cursing at Chris Rock, how she doesn't look at Will. She doesn't want to look at him. She's not laughing. She's just frozen and stunned, like everyone trying to process what's going on.
Look at Jada's reaction.
See, she laughs. You could see her body go forward. The way that human laughs, it's obvious she was laughing at that. And then Will Smith starts going in. He's all like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I'm like, then she just goes stunned. Just look at her reaction as she's sitting here. She bent forward before when she was laughing. That's her bending forward like a sea anemone. And then look at her after Will starts going in.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Wow.
She looks at Will and then she's like, whoa, shit. Then she looks back at Chris to see his reaction. Because now she's like, ooh, what's going on?
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to, okay? So I can go. That was the greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
And I think she laughed there at the end as well. I could be wrong, but it looks like she laughed at the end as well.
That was the greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
I think she was shocked. I think she wasn't expecting that either. It also seems like Chris had said I could, like he was saying, I could say some other stuff, but he kept his mouth shut. He was like, all the comebacks that were in his head, first of all, his brain was kind of rattled by that slap because he wasn't expecting it. He leaned all forward thinking that Will was probably going to whisper something in his ear or jab him or do a playful thing because nobody's expecting that someone's going to come up and straight up freaking safari bitch slap somebody back to freaking Serengeti. No one's expecting that. So people who are like, oh, he leaned forward and he was expecting it. No, he wasn't. He was not he was expecting something. I'm pretty sure it was not a whale slap to the face. And I think that Jada wasn't expecting it either, because that's not Will's MO. Will does not do that. He was tired of it, and he was like, you know what? I don't even think Jada realized what the hell was going on. She probably didn't even know he had all that in him. So I was watching Six of Goddesses stream and she was like, man, Jada, you better make sure you got lockjaw the next morning. You better make sure you're on all your knees or whatever. And I would agree in that situation just because the man is going to have a very hard time. You kind of brought him to that place. It's his fault because he's an adult. He can make his own decisions. But you also harbored that behavior. I feel like couples are kind of look, when couples grow up and they get into a relationship with each other, they are both accountable for each other, for themselves, but also for each other. Whatever behavior you allow, you foster in that person. If you allow someone to push you around, it's your fault. Yes, it is very much your fault. It's that person's fault as well for abusing you or pushing you around, but it is also your fault. Both people are at fault. You are in a marriage, you're in a contract, you're in a team. You both have some kind of accountability to each other. It's why we were in school, people put each other in teams and they say, look, if one of your team members fail, y'all fail. That was the whole point of them teaching us how to work together as a team, to not just be all about self. If you love someone in your partnership, it matters what the other person does because it always comes out around and makes you look bad. And she fostered that behavior in him with everything that's been happening. And I don't even know, like, I don't even want to really sit there and blame her 100% because that's who she was. That's who she was. That's who she's always been. When Will met her, before they started dating, before she got married to him, that's who Jada was. You brought home a freaking cobra knowing it was a cobra, and then you can't say anything when the cobra spreads its ear flaps and it's like, kusk kusk. It's a freaking cobra. So, yes, Will Smith does have 100% accountability in this, but just because he knew what Jada was doesn't mean she's excused from that either. And I'm pretty sure she'd probably be telling him, I didn't tell you to go up and do that. But we don't know what happens behind closed doors. What was certain from what we saw there, I don't think she was laughing at, or I don't think we could say she was proud of Will Smith for what he did, because she looked shocked and probably embarrassed. Of all things, when people are making the memes and stuff, the memes are hilarious, man. You never really know how creative the internet can get until something like this happens. But yes, the memes are hilarious, I will admit. But good grief, that same person, who people are saying wanted Will to be her attack dog, I'm pretty sure is the same person who was gonna not give him anything and just be like, I'm very disappointed in you, Willard. How could you embarrass me like that? And your children and our family and our legacy. Now we're not gonna make no money. They'll probably be fine. They're super rich. They'll be fine. But I am almost sure that she's the kind of person that I would just pity him. I would go home and suck his branch. Because I'm like, it's going to be I feel sorry for you. What you did was horrible. But everyone else is already beating up on you. It's going to be a rough few months. So let's just get this out of the way. And then we can be whatever tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure. I'm guessing that she probably went home and she was like, I am so embarrassed. What was going on with you? What's going on? Why did you hold that all inside? Did you ever think how this was going to come back on me and the kids? But I can guarantee you, knowing Jada's personality, she's not going to be sitting at home be like, good boy, Will. I'm so proud of you, honey. Thank you for defending me. She's now upset because now they're both in the news. Now she looks bad. And being that she didn't really seem to have respect for him in the first place, I don't see her sitting there and for long-term coddling him. I see her being upset and resenting him. And you know what I also foresee? Because Will won't leave her. But now that he's shunned from society, he's no longer the well-loved Will and super popular. I almost can call that she's going to be like, divorce. What? I have nothing else to gain from you. Now you're just bad publicity. I need to leave. I need to be free. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I can foresee that happening. You know why I think that? Because she's also the same person who said that she does not believe in traditional marriage. She didn't want to get married in the first place and cried all the way to the altar, not out of happiness, her words, because she didn't want to get married. And her mom was like, just do it. Of course her mom said that. Will's super rich, he's super handsome, super popular and successful. Of course her mom's going to be like, go marry that man. And, of course, Jada went to do it. Jada's not the kind of person who's going to do something just because her mom said to do it. But she did it because Will was popping. and someone who said they didn't want to get married, and against everything inside of them, they forced themselves, making themselves cry like they had a gun to their head, made themselves get married by their own free will, pun intended. She got married to him and is living a great life. And she gets to sleep around while she has everything she could ever want. And now she has bad publicity. Like, it was bad enough when, like, oh, it's an open relationship. I slept with August. Okay, yeah, liberation. Now that she's being made fun of, now that she has this freaking ball and chain, horrible anchor around the hooves. Why did I say hooves? Feet. Sounds so bad. Now that she's anchored around the feet, that is now Will, he's no longer lifting her up. Now he's bringing her down, which is ironic because she was the one that was bringing him down. I can foresee in the future she's going to end up cutting him loose if this thing doesn't blow over. She's going to be like, you know what? I'm not happy. I have to relive this over and over again because you decided to act like a child and make me look bad, even though he did it for her. And then she leaves because that's the kind of thing that people like that do. Or maybe she won't, because it'll make it look worse. But guess what? The only person who has anything to lose, regardless of what she does, is Will. If she stays with him, he's a loser. If she leaves him, he's a loser. He should have left her. That would have been, everyone would have been cheering. The whole world would have been cheering. But she ends up leaving him. Doesn't matter. It's a lose-lose situation unless he leaves. I think even at this moment, if he were to leave her, people would not be upset. People would be like, you know what? Here's to your journey to self-health and healing. But that's not going to happen. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I'm right. I hope I'm not wishing bad on their marriage. I'm not saying I hope they get divorced. Like, I'm not going to sit here and dream about that and wish that for someone. I just think they're bad for each other. And from my point of view, Will should leave her. They're not good for each other. I'm not going to wish bad on them. I wish them both happiness, but clearly they're not happy with each other, or at least Will's not happy. And now this whole thing happens after everything. It's like they can't catch a break, and everything that has happened over the past couple of years has been Will's fault. Despite even the fact that Jada has been like that, Will is an adult and he was able to make those own decisions by himself. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what's going to happen. Do you think she's going to end up leaving? I think it's a really sucky situation for both parties involved, and I really hope that, man, I feel so bad for Will. Like, I feel bad for Chris Rock, but I feel also bad for him because he messed up. It's so sad to see. I feel like seeing my little brothers, you're telling him, like, little dude, don't get in with that female, and then he gets in with that female, you're like, I told you so, but you're not happy to see him fall from grace because of some stupid idiot woman. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.